Hello everyone, this is Donna of Donna's Food Channel. I am excited to share with you a special recipe called Pakoras. Pakoras is a dish where you use a special batter and you add vegetables. It can be vegetables like for instance squash. Today I'm going to be using squash. You can use spinach, you can use carrots, anything that suits your fancy. And what I've done is I have removed the skin of the squash, cut it into half, removed the seeds because sometimes you can get seeds in squash. I've removed that as well, and then I've used a grater and used the coarse side of it and grated to get this squash in this shreds. So that is how I've prepared the squash. Now let's get started on the batter. So you need two different kinds of flour. One is besan or gram flour and the other is rice flour. So I'm going to be starting off with the gram flour. It's the same here, and I'm going to use 2 deciliters of this flour. You know, so long as you get the proportions right, you can use even cups. So and then the rice flour. The rice flour adds a very crispy texture to the mixture. And then what I do is I forgot to add one more item, which is baking powder. So if you could add about half a teaspoon of baking powder, that would be great. And salt as well. And this is sort of 1 teaspoon. I'm just going to make sure that I've mixed the flours properly. And to this, I'm going to add some spices. I've got chaat masala. You can, you know, it varies. I'm going to use just under 1 teaspoon. I'm going to also add a bit of turmeric, under 1 teaspoon as well. A bit of garlic powder. And give it a good mix. And what I'm going to do is add the shredded squash. The squash has got a lot of water, so you don't need to add water usually to this mixture, but then, you know, it can vary with different kinds of squash. And I've also chopped some onions and some chilies because I like the combination, so I'm going to add that. And that is entirely up to you. So I go in with my hands and combine the flour and the vegetables together. And I can already feel the water from the squash coming out. And I know that I wouldn't need to add any more water, to this mixture. Right, I've now heated some oil to fry the pakoras in, and it's just spooning up the mixture and dropping it into the oil. And the size of the pakora is usually about a spoonful. You know, you don't want it too big because then it may not cook inside. And of course it's a good idea not to overcrowd the pan. So you need to give it about 4 minutes on each side. So it's a lovely dish to have as a snack for tea, or as a combination in a meal. So it turns a beautiful brown color. So I'm going to finish frying the batter, the rest of the batter, and then I will plate up and show you the end result. Right, here I've plated up the pakoras, and it's smelling wonderful here. And just going to show you how it's turned out. It's fantastic. It's supposed to be uneven. That's how the pakoras are cooked or fried, and it looks absolutely lovely.